In today's episode, we're getting one step closer to drywall. We've got so many different wall coverings right now. We've got actual drywall, we've got flash and bat insulation still up, we've got the do-it-yourself workout wall, we've got the plywood mechanical area, and in today's episode, what we're gonna do is extend that to this wall. Let's get to it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. We're kind of doing this in reverse today. You can see the wall is completed and we've gotten it done, but who doesn't like to walk through the process? And so today I am going to walk you through the process of getting this done, which it looks pretty simple, but it's a little more difficult than we thought it was going to be. And we're really going to prep for the next step of drywall for the rest of the garage here, which is why we had to get this wall done. So let's get right into the time lapse of doing this. I will explain some of the details on why it was a little more difficult than we thought along the way. All right, so first snag, these clips here that hold in the wires are too far forward. So we are using 3/4 inch plywood, and you can see how far the plywood comes out already. And we had to do a bevel here so that we could get this panel to fit back on once this is gonna go back up. But because these are so close to the edge here, you're not going to be able to get the plywood to sit flush on the stud. So what we're going to have to do is we're either going to have to switch to the metal version of the caps, like this one right here, so that it can tuck further back, or we're going to have to bevel the backside of the plywood, or we'll figure something out. We will let you know what we do. All right, guys, so it is a bit of a mess still. We still got to do a bunch of cleanup, but this wall is done, and that means we are ready for drywall. So we didn't go quite 8 feet because these lined up pretty well with this stud here. And that's where we're gonna start drywall to go over here. So the biggest challenge was obviously getting these areas cut out for access, to keep access to the panel, as well as the higher amperage lines that are coming through. And the biggest thing we did here, and I showed you a video along the way, was notch this out so that we can still remove this panel and still have access behind, and keep it as flush and as good looking as possible along the edge here. So I think it turned out pretty well. The biggest thing, and especially with this corner, we had talked about when we did this wall in the past, is, I'll see if I can zoom in here, we don't go all the way up to the top of the double top plate. There is a little bit of gap between where this ends and where the double top plate stops up at the studs. So we will kind of have to figure out what we're gonna do up there. This is a good example up here. I'll zoom in a little bit. We can just paint this black up at the top, and I could do some masking and come off and just paint that at the top. The drywall is going to go all the way up, so we'll have to see how that looks. But we can always cut some 3/4 inch plywood strips to fill this in if we need to. So the wall is done, the wall is complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse and explanation of installing this plywood wall. Really excited. Again, you can mount pretty much anything on these two walls without having to try and find the studs. So in the next episode, what we're gonna do is finish up probably the last two projects before we get to being drywall ready. So we are going to install one of these pretty cool hoses. I'll run a quick clip here right now. So that's a pretty cool hose. We're gonna get that installed in the next episode, and then we're also gonna finish up the thermostat wire for the dehumidifier and ERV control that are gonna go on the wall over by the wash bay. So thank you so much for watching Detached Garage. If you have any questions on this or previous episodes, or if you just wanna call me an idiot, put it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next episode.